Miami at Los Angeles Chargers. So just kind of like quickly, the main thing I noticed was the difference between watching and like, obviously you said sample size, like that's going to be a recurring theme here. Like this is week 1. Like at the end of the day, we're overreacting to the only thing we've seen, not overreacting, just reacting to one thing. And these things can change, but, so the Dolphins are very fast. They're very fast. Like I don't know how you stop them if you have to be like a young electric team. And the biggest thing I saw different from this year compared to last year is after that scripted sequence at the beginning of the game, the Dolphins offense still moved well. Like it felt like it was flat last year after that scripted sequence. I noticed they're getting a lot more push in the run game, which is nice. So a big storyline for this game was that, Tua has Kellen Moore now as his offensive coordinator. They got Quentin Johnston as the third receiver with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. So they're like, okay, maybe they'll air it out a little bit more. Well, they didn't, because Herbert finished with 228 yards. And if you take away all the yak yards, which I understand it's part of the game, but I'm just trying to make a point here. He only had 101 passing yards minus the yak. So it's a lot of dump off. And then Tua had 466 total yards and 315 passing yards minus the yak. So you could triple after the yak and it would still be true. Like, I guess that's like true passing yards. So my thing is, I don't know, like Herbert's got this arm, but if they're not going to air it out, kind of what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. So my thing was, bro. So a lot of things to say, but I'm going to start with the Dolphins because, like you're saying, let's start with Tua, right? If the season ended today, Tyreek would be MVP, but Tua would be right up there too, because yesterday, or not yesterday, what am I saying? But you get my point. I had watched it yesterday, but you got it.
Yeah.
On Sunday, Tua was playing lights out, reading coverage almost perfectly, minus the interception. But the point is this. He went absolutely crazy. Like you said, on week 1, it's hard to put up 466 passing yards. He did it. Fantastic. Yeah, obviously having Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill helps. But, it is what it is. The core as a whole was eating. They were spreading the ball. My main point on this whole offense, though, and I think it comes down to Mike McDaniel. Obviously, he's an offensive schematical. I hate the word genius in this position because I'm not going to say genius. He's obviously very elite at game planning for offense. He's put Tua in a position where every single week, Tua's going to be able to dissect the field, feel comfortable, move the pocket when it's time, give him different looks. And obviously, Tua and him are connecting very, very differently than he has with anyone else.
Right.
And Tua's playing at a level where, again, we saw this coming potentially, but I think now I'm thinking this is what we're going to see for a majority of the season. Not that we don't know, because as we do, the Chargers defense has a pedigree of being very poor.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, sample size, this probably is going to be just a poor sequence. The Chargers are going to be a poor defense all year. And this probably is going to be one of those games where the Dolphins are not going to play this every week, right? I mean, like this isn't going to be every single week. But what I'm saying is Tua's going to be an elite quarterback this year, no doubt. If he can just stay healthy, like Tua's going to be in that conversation of like, if the Dolphins can be one of the best seeds in the AFC, I really think you were spot on saying Tua is going to be competing for MVP, because a big part of it comes down to the situation you're in. And obviously the situation he's in with Mike McDaniel is perfect right now. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree. And I think a big thing too is Tua looked really confident. And I said this, like, I want to say the pod before, like he's going to be, or just like in our social media stuff, he's going to be out there to like shut people up. Like think about all the shit. Oh, he doesn't have what Justin Herbert has. Oh, he can't stay healthy. All this stuff. Justin Herbert has been one of the most excuse-made quarterbacks out there. He's awesome. He's great. But there's always excuses for him. There's never excuses for Tua. There's always hate. There's always hate. There's always hate. So here's my thing. Tua did put the ball in danger a couple times, and they were dropped. But the way he processes the game is crazy. And another thing that I'm gonna, it's a tale of two sides here. The Chargers D looked so suspect. You have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on opposite sides of the line, and you can't get pressure against a Dolphins offensive line who had questions coming into the season and did not have Teron Armstead. He was out. It was so suspect. Staley is known for his defense. If they cannot elevate, what is the point of having him as the coach? Now, The Dolphins D also needs to step it up. But my thing is, this is Vic Fangio. His system's very complicated. They'll find their stride midseason. And when it really came down to it, Fangio worked his magic in the clutch. He was blitzing all the time, and he shut down the Chargers when they needed to shut him down. Fangio will snap. He will snap. And it also, this is benefits the Dolphins offense. This is similar to what happened when Sean McVay struggled the 1 year, and then I forget who he hired. He hired somebody, maybe Raheem Morris?
Yes.
Yeah, Raheem Morris to go. No. He hired Brandon Staley, right?
No, Raheem was afterwards.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, basically, I'm screwing it up. But basically, my point is, he hired someone that he struggled with in the previous season, and it helped them get over the hump. And I think that's what they could do here. Now, like I said, I don't understand what was going on. I mean, the Dolphins defense was getting some pressure, and the Chargers O-line was graded as the top 7 for run and pass. They weren't 7th for both, but they were top 7 for both. So if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? They were in the top 7. Anyway, my thing is, you have all that time. You still don't throw deep. A lot of your yards is yak. It looks like you can run the ball a lot better. The play calling is better. But if it doesn't matter how good your offense is, if your defense is suspect and your head coach is a defensive head coach, he's got to go.
I was just saying, so let me, because I almost like, not like I forgot, but I got off subject and I kind of didn't make the main point too about, this is the thing with the Chargers. Like you're saying about, and I agree completely, the offense was very, right, not too exciting.
Yeah.
But I agree with the game plan. I'm sure if we were to get Kellen Moore to ask him right now, well, why wasn't it, downfield, what's going on with that? He would say like, well, look, the game plan was achieved, right? We know how dominant the Dolphins offense is. If you keep them on the field a lot, they're going to probably score more points. They're so speedy. You want to take as much time off the clock as possible. I get it. They did that. Then to your point, here's my thing. The defense fucking sucks. And when Staley's the defensive coordinator, and his whole pedigree is, I've been around a bunch of great defensive minds. The defense has sucked. Like Chargers fans, like, start the fucking petition. What is going on? If I was a Chargers fan, I would have no words. Like, dude.
Every year, it's the year they fix it. Like, every year.
That's okay, and I'll tell you, I've literally been through this. That's why I get so passionate about it, is as a Saints fan, there was an era, I don't know if some people had forgotten, but where Drew was putting up 5,000 yards a season, and defense was allowing 36, 35 points a game. The Chargers aren't that bad, but God knows this defense sucks. Especially like you're saying, the names they have on this defense, inexcusable. The product's inexcusable. The offense does their job. If they had a 50% product consistently, there's no doubt to be a playoff team. They don't have it. Brandon Staley doesn't do his job. And he gets paid a lot of US dollars. You know my thing? He's getting paid a lot of fucking money to do this. I don't know what's going on with the Chargers. But
it was bad.
Chargers fans, let me know how you're feeling.
It was real bad. So I don't really know what else. I mean, it was a good game. Like the Chargers, okay, I will say this. The Chargers, to me, looked like a better team than they did last year. You could tell they were just more fluid. And I really think that has to do with Kellen Moore. But they got to figure out the defense.
Exactly.
They got to figure out the defense.
That's the offensive coordinator.
Right.
The identity of this team is the identity of this team is that Brandon Staley's an idiot right now.
Basically.
I mean, it's like, get it together.